I am Lights Camera Jackson and welcome to LCJ Live. Today is Sunday, July 24, 2022. We got a lot to get to today. Box office, San Diego Comic-Con news, all the big superhero movies. Had some major announcements yesterday. We'll get into all that, previews and some reviews of some movies that are coming out this week that you can watch this week, you can watch right now, and more. As always, send in your thoughts, your questions about what's going on in entertainment. We'll get to San Diego Comic-Con. I have my friends here, The Rock and Kevin Hart, with me because of DC League of Super Pets. It's the big animated movie coming out this week. How will it do at the box office? I will make some predictions and more here coming up. But we begin with the winner of the box office this weekend, which is Nope, the Jordan Peele movie, with $44 million. Now, it's a very good open for an original title for this pandemic period. It is. It's another win for Universal. Universal has had a fantastic 3 months. Take it back to April 22. The Bad Guys, the DreamWorks animated movie, was number one for 2 weeks, made just about $97 million. Decent. You had Jurassic World Dominion. The Black Phone is doing well. Minions, The Rise of Gru, and now Nope. Universal has had a big late spring into summer period, and it continues with Nope. Now, is it as high as Us? No! Us opened to $71 million. Get Out opened to $33. You knew that the momentum off of Get Out, everybody wanted to see Jordan Peele's next movie as soon as possible. So it made sense that everybody rushed out to see Us, weekend number one, $71 million for that. Interestingly, both of those Jordan Peele movies, Get Out and Us, made almost the exact same amount of money. And that was $176 million. Just about. All right, so they made that amount of money. Now, is Nope going to make Nope has made $44 million. Is it going to get to the $176 million? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They should be happy. Universal should be happy. Jordan Peele should be happy. It's another number one win for him. But is it going to get that far? I don't know. I mean, if it makes 44 this weekend, it could do another 25 next weekend, and then it could do another 15, 10, maybe it'll get to 100, 110, but 175 or 176 million is going to be difficult. If you look at the adjustments for inflation, the 44 versus the 33 that Get Out opened to in 2017, it's not that far off. It really isn't. So I think this is a case of some people wanted to go see this right away. Have to see this, it's Jordan Peele's new movie. Some people may be saying, I want to wait a little bit. Maybe there are other things going on. I haven't seen Nope yet. I've got some things going on. I'm going to see it hopefully the next couple days, and I'm looking forward to it. Mike Sargent, my co-host of the Too Fast, Two Films podcast, he saw it at a screening in New York City earlier this week. He talks about it on the latest episode. I review a phenomenal documentary called My Old School that's in select theaters now, and we both reviewed The Gray Man. That new episode will be up soon at toofast2films.com. Maybe there are people like me who are going to wait a little bit, or have to because of circumstances, or just want to wait a little bit to go see Nope. So Universal may be counting on late summer steadiness of the drops. Maybe it goes from 44 to 32 and then 24. I mean, maybe it has steady drops based on word of mouth, buzz, the reviews. So we'll see. But I think they should be happy, but it is certainly 44, a far, far distance away from the 71 million of Us. So, you know, good news, bad news in that situation for Nope this weekend. But easily number one. It made double what the next movie made, Thor: Love and Thunder, $22.1 million. It's at $276.2 for Disney and Marvel. Disney and Marvel, of course, announced every single movie possible coming out in the next 5 years yesterday at Comic-Con. We'll break it all down here in a second. Minions, The Rise of Gru, another 17.7. It's at $297.9. It's very good. It is. And now, though, with Super Pets, starring The Rock and Kevin Hart, coming out this week, how big will the Minions drops be? Will Minions still have a decent audience through Labor Day, like Super Pets is probably going to in the theaters? A lot of families will go see Super Pets right away this weekend, but then it could have some steadiness all the way through Labor Day for families, so that'll be interesting. But Minions is approaching 300. First Minions in 2015 made 336. Despicable Me 2, the biggest of the franchise, 368. How close will Minions: The Rise of Gru come to those? We will see. Where the Crawdads Sing made another $10.3 million. It's at 38. And Top Gun Maverick, rounding out your top five, another $10 million. It's at 35.6. A lot of people also saying Top Gun could have a boost back at the end of the summer with Labor Day and maybe into late August, depending on if People want to see it for a second, third, or fourth time. I could see that. I could absolutely see that. Elvis, also still doing well. $6.3 million. It's at 118.4. I remember a couple weeks ago reading that Baz Luhrmann said this is not going to HBO Max right away. And it's going to play in theaters all the way through Labor Day. It will not be on HBO Max and the HBO channel until the fall. And as of now, that's true. As I posted the other day, Moonfall, the Roland Emmerich movie that didn't make a lot of money at all, is going to be on HBO on September 3rd, which is the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. And Elvis is not on the calendar, not on the schedule before then. So the earliest that Elvis will be on the HBO channel seems like would be September 10, but that date could be pushed back further and further. Warner Brothers wants this movie to make a lot of money in the theaters, and they're glad that at least it was number one for its first weekend, because Super Pets, depending on the drop of Nope next weekend and how high Super Pets is, may not be a guaranteed number one. We'll break that down in a second. Another animated movie, Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank, made $3.8 million. It's at about $14 million. It went from 6.3 down to 3.8. Not a terrible drop. I was sort of expecting this because sometimes even smaller animated movies, I've noticed over the years, and by smaller I mean films that don't make money like the blockbusters like Minions, low opens, but a small size drop because there are still families who want to go see it before the next one, which is Super Pets. Paws of Fury will drop down to $1.5 million, maybe less than $1 million next weekend. I could see a big drop now because some drive-ins and indoor theaters want Paws of Fury out so they can get Super Pets in and keep Minions in because that's still making money. $3.5 million for The Black Phone. It's at 78.6. Jurassic World Dominion made another 3. It's at 365.5. And rounding out your top 10 this weekend, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris with a very small drop. Went from 1.9 last weekend, or about $2 million-ish, down to 1.4. So not bad. Not a bad drop. It's at 4.7 million after about 10 days. Lightyear dropped out of the top 10. And Marcel the Shell with Shoes On was expected to get into the top 10 potentially this weekend, but that didn't happen by a lot. $847,000, it's at $2.9 million. It made more of an expansion. It came to near where I live in Albany, New York. It's going to keep going to more theaters next weekend. But Marcel, which was in the top 10 for one weekend, dropped out last weekend and is still not in it. I think A24 is a little surprised. I think they were expecting it to do more than $847,000 this weekend, even with the gradual expansion. I think they're a little surprised. I'm a little surprised. But Mrs. Harris is doing well, and you've got all these other movies that are still making money. And Marcel's not in the most number of theaters compared to many of these other movies. So that's where we're at with that. This week in theaters is Super Pets. I'll get into Comic-Con stuff in a second. Now, Super Pets, let's see, I've got a XXX Hot Mess XXX. Do you think Nope is too scary to bring my nephews to? They're between 7 and 19. Well, it is rated R, so I wouldn't bring a 7-year-old to an R-rated movie. And I haven't seen Nope. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it in a couple days, hopefully. But 7-year-olds shouldn't be going to R-rated movies. So I would pass on the 7-year-old going to Nope. But if your 19-year-old's a fan of Jordan Peele's movies, then maybe it's horror thriller vibes. Mike Sargent was telling me a little bit about it, about the vibe and the feel of it. But let's get to Super Pets. Thought it was PG-13. Yeah, Nope is R, right? I think Nope is R. Nope is absolutely R. Yeah, okay. Let's get to Super Pets. If it makes more than $30 million, I think it's going to be number one. I do. Interestingly, for Warner Brothers last year, Space Jam: New Legacy, the previous Warner Animation Group film to come out in theaters. It was also simultaneous debut on HBO Max, but it opened to just about $32 million. Super Pets is their first pure theatrical release in 3.5 years. 3.5 years since the Lego Movie 2, the second part, in February 2019. So they're counting on this to do really well. And out of the gate, if it makes more than 30, I think it's number one. I think. 35, 40, absolutely. Can it go that high to start? I think it can. The promotion's been good. Kevin Hart and The Rock have been out there promoting the crap out of this. And I think families are ready for Super Pets. Also, the superhero, the comic book fans will go. Batman is in it. It's Keanu Reeves. Superman is in it. Yes, it's an animated movie, but they're going to go because it's a Warner Brothers film. It's got DC involved. Teen Titans Go to the movies, also all of that, but the fan base for Teen Titans Go, while a core fan base, and did go out to see the movie that made $30 million total, this is going to have more mass appeal than Teen Titans Go to the Movies. So I think it will be number one. I think it'll do pretty well, and it will continue to do well into the end of July, into August, and through Labor Day weekend. Also in theaters is Vengeance, which I have seen. It's the new B.J. Novak dark comedy dramatic thriller. I can't really talk about it till at least tomorrow, but I've seen it. I will say this. It's B.J. Novak's directorial debut. He wrote it. He stars in it. He's been working on this for a long time. It's finally coming out in theaters through Focus Features. I will say this. Ashton Kutcher is in the film. Ashton Kutcher has a legitimately supporting role in the film. Ashton Kutcher is great in Vengeance. I don't want to give details about his character, but his character has an aura about him. You kind of have to see it to believe it in terms of how it flows with the rest of the movie. If you haven't seen Ashton Kutcher act in something in a long time, he's still got it. Or he's got it. If you didn't think he was a great actor before, he's got it. There's something about the way he approaches this character. Maybe it's based on how I feel about him versus the rest of the movie, which I can't fully talk about yet, but he's great in Vengeance. The rest of the movie, I got some issues. I'll get into that this week on social media and through some of my outlets. But that is Vengeance. Focus Features in theaters. Probably going to make $1 million or $2 million. I mean, the promotion hasn't been huge on it. Trying to get adults to go see some of these smaller movies lately hasn't been quite successful. So we'll see how it does. Those are a couple of the big theatrical releases. Streaming movies like Not Okay. 13 Lives is Not Okay is on Hulu. 13 Lives is going to be in select theaters. It's going to be on Amazon, I think, next Friday, August the 5th. And We Met in Virtual Reality is on HBO Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, I believe. And it's going to be on HBO Max this week. A fascinating documentary. Takes place all in VR chat. This director, Joe Hunting, did this starting in late 2020 in the pandemic. Went into VR chat, met these fascinating people, directs a full 90-minute movie, a documentary within VR. Wow. Eye-opening. What an experience to learn about some of these people that we meet, their stories, their connections to others, and about the VR animation technology. It's incredible. And how to escape from the real world into that. It's fascinating. Highly recommend We Met in Virtual Reality. Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, HBO. It's going to be on HBO Max this week. Very good film. Very good film. Let's get to San Diego Comic-Con. Some of the big news, the superhero news. We had all these Marvel movies announced. And the new orders of everything and what's going on. I watched the trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever this morning. That's going to be the next movie. That's in November. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania is still set for February. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Marvels, and Blade. That's right. They are going to all be released next year. Those are the big Marvel movies next year. 2024, untitled movie in February. Then the Captain America film from Loose director Julius Onah. It's called Captain America New World Order. That's going to kick off the summer movie season in 2024 in May. Thunderbolts, new Thunderbolts movie is going to be in July of 2024. Fantastic Four is happening in November of 2024. And we've got an untitled Marvel movie in February and another one in July of 2025. And in May and November of 2025, we have two Avengers movies, new Avengers films, The Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. And then we've got 4 dates they've just secured with untitled films for 2026. As I just posted on social media earlier, 2 Avengers movies in the same year. Well, this is not the first time a big franchise has done 2 in the same calendar year. No, remember The Matrix, Reloaded, Revolutions, May, November, 2003. Reloaded made a lot more money than Revolutions because just like with us coming off of Get Out, the second movie, everybody had to see it. Everybody had to see it right away. Not a lot of people liked the second Matrix, so not everybody went to the third one. In fact, only half of the people who went to see number 2 went to number 3. It was 281 to 139, something like that. But Warner Brothers released them in the same calendar year. And then, of course, we had Resurrections recently. But, yeah, that happened in 2003. And now, 22 years later, if it in fact stays this way in 2025, we will have an Avengers film in May and an Avengers film in November. It's an interesting strategy. I wonder if Kevin Feige consulted with Warner people at all. just out of curiosity about how the Matrix world went, or consulted Keanu or anything like that. But that's what we're getting as of now. Of course, anything can change, anything can happen at any moment, but as of now, that is the schedule. That Disney and Marvel really like this February, May, July, November. They like it a lot. They like having 4 movies in a year. I think that and they're clearly wanting to continue that to 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026. As of now. It could all change at any moment. But getting the news out there to excite the San Diego Comic-Con fans, that's exactly what Disney and Marvel did yesterday. Do I think that maybe some people who went to San Diego Comic-Con are going to catch up on Nope? Absolutely. If you want to see Nope, but you were at Comic-Con, then you're going to go this coming weekend. So I do think that Nope may not have a terrible drop next weekend, and it could be a decent battle between that and Super Pets. We will have to see. But there you go. San Diego Comic-Con. The Rock was there for Black Adam. Black Adam's coming out in October. Shazam is coming out in December, and then Warner Brothers and DC will keep changing and moving things all around. But those are some of the big next DC superhero movies after we get Super Pets this week. And The Rock gave away IMAX tickets to all 6,000 people in Hall H to see Black Adam. That's cool. That's great. That's very good. And we'll see how Black Adam does in October. And Shazam for Christmas time for Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers needs some hits. Elvis is doing well. Batman was a huge hit. Fantastic Beasts underperformed. They have very few movies left this year. Super Pets, Don't Worry Darling, Black Adam, Shazam. I think those are the only 4 left. So they need them all to be big hits. So we will see what happens. Next Sunday when we're back here, can you believe next Sunday will be the final day of July of 2022? Wow. We'll take a look at how Super Pets did, and we'll preview some of the big movies coming out for the first weekend of August. I've seen a couple already. A couple animated. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. That's on Netflix. Luck is on Apple TV+. And there are some more movies coming out for August the 5th. I do want to acknowledge today the 2-year anniversary of the passing of Regis Philbin. He passed away tonight into tomorrow, because the news officially came out on July 25th, 2 years ago. I was covering San Diego Comic-Con at home when the news broke. Miss you, Reg. We still miss you. Television misses you. The entertainment world misses you. America misses you. We do. We do. 2 years. Wow. Well, I'll see you next Sunday. Hope you're beating the heat. If you're like me in the Northeast, it's hot. It's been hot for 4 or 5 days, and today will finally be the end of it. Fingers crossed that the heat will go away and that it'll get cooler over the next 7 days. Shellfish Beach, we miss you, Reg. Absolutely. So stay cool, stay safe, stay healthy, stay well. Keep watching movies. Support your indoor theaters. Support your drive-in movie theaters. I am Lights Camera Jackson. For more, there's going to be some AnimationScoop.com Q&As this week. LCJ Q&A podcast will return next week with the directors of the Ninja Turtles movie. But AnimationScoop.com, I got some Q&As up there as well right now, and more this week. Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson. The website is lights-camera-jackson.com. Thank you for watching LCJ Live. Have a good Sunday, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.